Hi all, today we're back with another Foo Fighters lesson. Today we'll be looking at Generator, which is the fifth song off of their 1999 album, There Is Nothing Left to Lose. So let's jump right into it because it's actually not too bad. So I'll go through the parts, all the parts that Dave and Chris play in a live setting. Again, as I mentioned in my Aurora guitar lesson, Dave Grohl plays all the guitar parts on There Is Nothing Left to Lose because the band recorded the album as a trio. So on the recording, it's all Dave playing both the lead and the rhythm parts. But anyways, let's jump right into it. It's got that really cool main riff. I don't have a talk box. I'm not Joe Perry. I'm not Peter Frampton or anyone. So I don't have a talk box. But you can still get this riff to sound really cool, even just with the, I'm just using a distortion pedal. But the riff can be played with or without the talk box. So here we go. Here's what it sounds like. Okay, so I play that riff. This is the main riff of the song that happens right at the beginning and also kind of after some of the choruses and kind of as a transition between different sections of the song. You'll hear it. I play it all on the D string. Now, Dave Grohl, I've seen him play it. You can also play those notes on the G string. So just a fair warning before I show you how I play it. There is other ways of playing this. It's just a single note pattern. So you can play it on the D and the G string if you want, or you can play it like I play it, all on the D string. I like playing it all on the same string because it adds a consistency to the sound that to me actually makes it sound more like a talk box and less like more of a guitar solo and more of a regular riff. So I like staying on the D string. So anyways, let's jump right into it. This is how I play it on the D string. It goes, you slide up to the 6th fret, 4, 2, 4, 2 again, slide up from 4 to 6. It only does that once at the very beginning of the song when Dave is doing whoa, right? The talk box, Joe Walsh kind of effect. That he only plays that once. It's like almost like an abbreviated version of the riff that we hear over and over again throughout the song. Now, after playing that, you go into like what I'll call the real riff. It goes. So one more time, that's slide up to 6th fret, 4th, 2nd, 4th, 2nd again. Okay, just the same as kind of we did for that first part. So it's you get to that 6th fret note. Back down to 4. One more time, really slow. Now that's first half of the riff. Here's the second half. Slide up to 7. We're always starting on the 6th fret D string, so 6 to 7, 9, 11. Quick slide down to 6, 7 one more time. So here's the entire main riff. And you end by strumming on A. Okay, so that is the main riff. Plays many times throughout the song. Let's jump into kind of the verse section. And it's kind of the same chords that repeat throughout the song, just played in different positions around the neck in a live setting, which Dave and Chris kind of jump off of each other. But there's actually kind of a cool little riff that you can hear on the album version. It's kind of buried in the mix, but you can hear it. So I'll show you how to play that. Now, here is what the verse sounds like. This is what Chris plays in a live setting. first verse he goes, that's A, like an A5, an A power chord. Quick strum on like an E5, an E power chord. Go to an F sharp 5, E5 again, up to a D5, which I'm playing up here. Now the chord is, he only does this once in the entire song, and it's the first time. Sort of like a D minor 7. Kind of a weird sounding chord in the context of the song, but it's in there, you can hear it. 5 on the A string, 3 on the D, 5 on the G. Back into it again, A5, E5, F sharp 5, E5, D5. Okay, now before I go any further, let's look at what Dave Grohl plays in a live setting over the verse. It's a pretty simple riff. It sounds a little weird at first, but it works within the song. It sounds kind of strange by itself, but here we go. So he's going from the A string, the open A string, to the first fret here on the G string. It sounds kind of dissonant to my ear, but it does work, and it sounds okay. It's on the album, so. So you go back and forth between those strings, just very lightly picking it. It's kind of mirroring what Chris is doing. So you pick that low E string once, go back to the first fret G. Now you're in the second fret of the low E, right? And then the last one is an open D string, and I play it as the third fret on the B string. It's kind of like you're playing two D notes in that case. So one more time, really slowly. This is what Dave's playing on the album as kind of I guess they're kind of both rhythm tracks, but this is the other rhythm track. Sorry, I messed it up. One more time. He stays in that D a little bit longer. Right, and you just go back into and you play that over and over again. So rewind that, watch it again. It's actually a great picking exercise because you're skipping lots of strings and you really only want to hear those two strings at once. That's it. If you hear any other strings in there, it'll sound like crap. So focus on those two strings at once. Follow the regular chord progression. You get the idea. Okay, so now we get into the build up to the chorus. It's this really cool little riff. So what Dave and Chris I think they might both be playing this in a live setting. That's 6, 4, 6 on the G string. Kind of like a half step little semitone bend from the 6th fret up to the 7th fret and back down. You go down to the 4th fret, play the same riff again. Cool little lick, right? So then you go into the chorus. Now, the chorus starts on A, like the other parts of this song. I'm the generator, right? Way up here to an F octave. It's 8 on the A string, 10 on the G string. Classic Foo Fighters trick. They love moving octaves around the neck, particularly moving them like up and down to kind of build up to a certain point. So anyways, it's A, the F octave. Now move that one fret up to an F sharp octave. One more fret. Now this part you play it faster. It happens quickly. So ready? Really slow. It's A5, an A power chord. It's an F sharp, sorry, an F octave. F sharp octave. One more more fret up to a G octave, A octave, that's a B octave, C sharp octave. Here we go. Here's the rhythm and the timing. You go out and it's on. Really vary up the strumming there, so that's how I play it to really make it sound like the album and kind of build with the band. Okay, so that's the first kind of half of the chorus. The second half of the chorus, can't you hear my motored heart, right? It's the D major 7 chord. Doesn't often show up in a Foo Fighters song, but there it is. It's 5 on the A string, 7 on the G, 7 on the D, 6 on the G, 7 on the B. To a D minor 7. 5, 7, 5, 6. You can just hear those 4 notes of a D minor 7. So one more time. I hit an E at the very end of the chorus, open low E string and the 7th fret on the A string, just like an E5, it's 2 E notes to kind of jump back into the... So pay careful attention to your strumming in that chorus section though, and also really practice it so you can move, like you have to move from here down to here in a very short amount of time. It's just a lot of movement around the neck, so be aware of that. Not too difficult, just something to practice for sure. Okay, so that is really most of the sections of the song right there. For the hell of it, I'll also teach you kind of what's happening, another guitar part for the chorus if you're in a band or something. You don't want to both be playing the same parts. Now when it gets up to this point, the other guitar is just strumming a G major chord before we're going into the... So while the one guitar is doing that, the other guitar is just strumming this chord. Okay, just a nice touch that you can hear in the recording. Okay, now I've officially covered most of the sections of the song. All that we have left is sort of the bridge section that happens in the second half of the song. Actually, probably in like the second three-quarters of the song is over when this section comes in. It's very much towards the end, actually. So I'll play it distorted first, and then we'll go through it. Okay, so it's the part after, I believe it happens after the second chorus, the second time the chorus plays in the song, and Dave's going, wow, 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 right? He keeps hitting that same note with his talkbox. So in that point, you kind of do a... Sounds like Zeppelin, Good Times, Bad Times. Anyways, it's an E5 power chord up here. You want to hit that open low E string. 7, 9, 9 on the A, D, and G strings. Listen to the song for that part, right? Now you go down this riff down here. It starts with 2 picks on the D string at the 2nd fret, open D string, 4th fret, A string, 2nd fret, A string, 4th fret, low E string. Oops, sorry. I'll up to that point, right? That's where we're at. Open A, hammer on from 2 to 4 on the A, low E string. So one more time. Oops. So you play that riff 4 times before going into a final chorus. And I think I covered all of the song parts. So rewind, take it slowly, practice it slowly. This one isn't too bad. Obviously, if you have a talkbox, that's really cool. Experiment with it, and you can play that really awesome riff. Oh wait, I forgot to mention that there's a little variation in the outro. The main riff, Dave goes like this in the outro. So the first half of the riff, he plays it the same way. Here's the second half of the riff. Slide up to 9 and strum an open A, an A power chord or an A major chord down here to end the song. So just a little variation there the last time he plays it. Okay, so that officially is all the song parts. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. There'll be probably some more Foo Fighters lessons in the near future, so look for that. I'm really enjoying putting these out here on YouTube. This is really cool. I'm trying to pick songs, as I've said maybe in another video, I'm trying to pick songs that I can't find as easily on YouTube, but there's just less resources on the internet. And these are the ways that I've been playing these songs for, well, a long time. I've been playing guitar for 6 years, but I've played this song Generator. I've known how to play it for probably 5 years. 5 of those 6 years I've been playing. And this is my way of playing it. And this is what I'm 95% sure this is also how Dave and Chris play it live. But this sounds good to my ears, and frankly, I don't really care if you like it or not. I just play songs that have fun. I'm not trying to play every note exactly like the album. I'm trying to get more of the feel right and learn all the sections, and through that process you learn every note that's on the album anyway, by getting the feel down and by deconstructing the song like I do. So anyways, I appreciate your support. I'm sure there's not any haters out there or anything, but that's just a fair warning. This is how I play it, and this is what sounds good to my ears. So everyone's entitled to their own opinion on how they play a song, especially a song like this where you can play things in multiple different ways. So anyways, on a lighter note, this is one of my favorite Foo Fighters songs. I don't know why they stopped playing it live. I think they should bring it back into their set lists. Their set lists are becoming too much of a greatest hits kind of thing, and I get it. You got to please some of the more casual fans, but I've been a Foos fan for a really long time, and I would love to see songs like this one and Hey Johnny Park show up in set lists again, and maybe it will someday. Who knows? But this is a great one. I really like the talkbox. It's a cool effect. I definitely don't think it could be an entire album. I wouldn't want it on every song, but it's definitely an interesting song in the Foo Fighters catalog. It's very different, and it really reminds me a lot of, like Peter Frampton and the Eagles and kind of that 70s AM rock. And I really think Generator and Aurora are the two best tracks on that album. I know everyone loves Learn to Fly, and it's a good song, but this one's really a really poppy, memorable track. The drumming on it is excellent. There's debate out there whether it's Dave or Taylor on the drums for this song, because on There's Nothing Left to Lose, it wasn't in the liner notes. It's not specified who drums on which songs, because actually Dave and Taylor split drumming duties for this album. Not many fans know that. I personally think it sounds like Dave Grohl. Some of the fills just sound like what Dave would play. I think Taylor plays on Aurora, actually, and I think Dave plays on this song, Generator. Regardless, the drumming on it is fantastic, and the guitar work is really cool. As you can see, it's pretty simple. It's just lots of little rhythmic, little cool touches in there, and some cool little riffs. I've always liked the little build up. I thought that was kind of cool, little lick. And if you're a beginner, this is actually a good Foo Fighters song to learn, because a lot of the things that show up in other Foo Fighters songs, like octaves and just some of the style of the riffs that are played, it's a good thing to know if you're a Foo Fighters fan and wanting to learn how to play Foo Fighters songs on guitar. So hope you enjoyed this one. We'll be back with some more lessons soon. Take care of yourselves. Thank you.